Yo, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, the weather's getting nice. The weather's warming up. That means it's time for, like, Parkway vibes and sunny tropical vibes, some Caribbean vibes, some Trini superstars are here. And you see how I pluralized it?
Yeah.
Superstars.
Superstars.
Even though you're just one person,
Yes, sir.
you're superstars.
Some curry chicken.
Tell them who you are.
What's up?
'Cause
What's
you
up?
have like the big intro.
Well, of course, this is Machel Montano HD from TNT Trinidad and Tobago. Stand up, representing for soca music worldwide. You don't know.
Crazy. Now, people say your energy, I mean, I've seen your shows, but people say your energy level when you perform is at another level.
I mean, that's
What is it about Trinidad that's making people...
That's the one thing that people been saying from since the inception. First they said he was such a man because I started as a kid.
Right.
But when I understood that I had to move from calypso to soca, I know I had to put energy into it to make the music hip, to make it loved by young people. To
Well,
make
what's
it
the difference?
relevant.
What's the difference?
I mean, calypso music is slow. It's traditional. It's social commentary. It's something that the elder artists would do.
Okay.
The grandfathers. The great mighty Sparrow and the Lord Kitcheners, the older folk. So when I was jumping into that at 9 years old, I was asking my parents, "Yo, where are my peers?" I look to my peers and they're listening to Belle Biv DeVoe and they're listening to Buju and just dancehall and no soca. So I started to do soca. Soca music was the faster version of calypso.
It's
and
faster.
Younger, and the one that we jumped to on the Parkway. That's the soca.
So calypso is like...
vintage.
Right, and then when did soca come about, you think?
I mean, 1974 is around the year I was born, and Ras Shorty, he was a calypsonian, and he was actually one of the biggest sex symbols with the big limousine, and he had all the girls and furs and chains, and one day he just decided to take it all off, put on a white robe, stop wearing shoes, and live in the bushes.
What?
And he had like 50 kids, and he had a group called the Love Circle, and all his kids were musicians, and he came up with this song called soca music. He used Indian music, and he used the calypso beat and fused them
So it's soca,
together.
I think it's soul and
Soul
calypso?
of calypso. The soul of calypso. That's what he said.
You.
He felt that calypso lost its soul. So he said, I'm going to make a new music called the soul of calypso.
Right.
And he had songs with mantras in there. It had the mixture of the Indian and the African culture because that is what Trinidad, primarily was.
Yeah.
So, that's where the soca music was born. And, sometimes it went from the soul of calypso to the sound of the Caribbean. You know what I'm saying?
And how was it fast?
Well,
it fast like that, or
the funniest thing is,
raw?
Road March is the songs that people jump across the stage when they parade for Carnival, and they want the fastest songs with the hypest action. So we make those, and we win road marches. I remember, at 16, it was like 120 BPM, like a groovy song.
Yeah.
Now it's 165 BPM.
Yeah, it's fast.
But everything comes full circle because now that the fast soca is there, it has been kind of dying down and given way to groovy soca.
Right.
Which is like the Bungie Garlands and the Machel Montano's Happy Smile Alive. These kind of songs, slow, groovy soca songs are taking over because, of course, they're more palatable,
Right. And more, for people who are not from the Caribbean, easier to
understand.
digest even.
Yeah.
And because if you're not Caribbean or into the culture and you happen to stumble upon a parade or it looks crazy. You get scared, like
especially Eastern Parkway. I mean, when you see
Eastern Parkway is crazy.
Trini crew or the Haitian crew or the Hot 97 truck, even with people like Elephant, it's energy. But me, I believe that soca is happiness and happiness and celebration. You see people at Carnival time, you understand that they ain't got no money. Some of them have rent, mortgage, but yet they're taking loans to put on a costume, drink, and jump in the streets. It's about freedom. It's a staple. They need it, and we have to make that soundtrack.
So now you take you say you live in LA, right?
Well, I just became what I call bi-coastal,
Right.
in the Caribbean, in Trinidad, but I'm also in LA because I believe, it's a hot spot for music. I'm meeting a lot of people, making a lot of music. My goal has always been to keep advancing soca music, making different versions. Right now I'm in LA working with people like Diplo, just new producers, new writers, trying things.
You never lived in New York?
Well, of course, I spent many, many years in New York. I live on Flatbush, I live in Utica. I live everywhere. Clarkson. I live.
And where you live in L.A.?
In LA, I'm in the Valley.
Okay,
I'm a
nice
valley
place.
Dude. Well, I mean, I'm next to the Mexicans, the Armenians. I'm not in the Beverly Hills.
Okay. So
yet,
you
but,
still with some?
I'm just chilling. You go to LA to be normal.
Yeah.
My goal was to go there and be normal and be able to walk through the grocery.
Yeah. Oh, you probably can't go.
Oh man, if I go in the grocery in Trinidad, I'll never get my goods. You know what I'm saying?
Like you get mobbed, or people just keep taking pictures with
people
you?
love taking pictures.
But
pictures,
does it get
autographs, talk to me, I'm that kind of guy who will roll up in there in slippers and they'll see, he looks normal and they'll come up and they'll just talk and pictures.
Right.
A lot of pictures. I'm still trying to figure out my little thing like Instagram that I could create and make some money off them
for
pictures.
real, right?
You understand?
How do you? What is it? What's the next thing?
Holla!
You need this. You gotta go to the bush, get 50 kids, and then maybe you'll think of it.
I think about it. I mean, that's the way. Sometimes you have to retreat, and I mean, soca music is at that point right now worldwide. I mean, we have seen people like Pitbull come to Trinidad 5 years ago with Lil Jon. Songs like "Jump Up, Let's Go Crazy" with that soca influence from seeing them jumping at our concert. People like even if you listen to Neo. Independent Woman, Miss Independent is like a soca song,
Right.
So the beats are there. And I think, people like myself, people like Bungie Garland, Kess, there are a lot of artists coming out of Trinidad. You had the Kevin Littles, the Rupees.
Yeah.
I think the time is coming when, the beat is in the right place,
Man, I'm all for it. You did a lot of shows with Pitbull, right? You just made me think of that.
I was on tour with Pitbull. And that's where I think I saw you one time.
That's
I was
my
on
dog.
Tour with my
No
whole
pun
dancer
intended.
crew. He's my boy. Pitbull has been, a real loyal friend and a real hustler and a real example.
Yeah.
Somebody that when I'm on tour with him, I realize how hard he works. He will tour,
I love it.
And he will be in the rooms and they will put two mattresses together and start cutting tracks.
Right.
We learned that, we got to cut tracks on the road too.
Yeah.
With voice, no voice, and
you can't stop.
Soca music, when you finish, jump in. And singing for a whole night, you have no voice. You got to start all over the next day,
Yeah, you got to get it. You got to get it back to the right zone.
This is no time for the week.
So how did you learn to perform? Like, did somebody teach you, or you just watched, or?
I mean, my thing was in earlys. I like Bob Marley was in the house. The Temptations was in the house. Blondie, Tide is High. Double Dutch Bus. Those were the records, vinyl that was in my house. And I like the electronics. I didn't really like performing or wanted to be a superstar. But, I just got up there and started watching people like Michael Jackson. I watched people like Super Blue from Trinidad and Tobago. I watched James Brown. And those kind of things kind of made me feel, well, I could do something,
I'm in a zone lately where I'm trying to figure out how to be a better performer. Even though I'm a DJ, when I DJ, I want it to be more like a performance, right? What did you feel? What's your advice to do you feel like when you go on stage, like you have to let go of your inhibitions and you never do something on stage and feel like, oh, this probably looks dumb the way I'm jumping around? Well,
that's the first thing. The first thing is you gotta get in the zone. So you gotta go in a zone where you're not even self-conscious.
Really?
You're not even self-conscious. A lot of
how do you do that?
Show business is a show, but the first thing I say is, okay, whatever you're gonna do, whether you're gonna DJ, whether you're gonna sing, whether you're gonna rap, you have to want to please yourself. That's the first thing. Once you focus on pleasing yourself and doing it to the point where it make you feel good, then you shut the audience out. You shut them down.
Really?
Don't even act like they're there. Act like you're just doing it for you.
Yeah.
It becomes like a ritual, like a meditation, like an art. Every time I go on stage, I know I'm going to lose 2.5 pounds. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I like shows. That way I don't got to go in the gym.
Yeah, you do your cardio right there.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a good thing. But when I'm up there, I try to really do it and like it, and then that helps when you make what you're gonna perform, because when you're making it, you're conscious of, am I really liking this? Am I feeling this? Can I just close myself down and move and perform? You know, some people like to do it in front of the mirror. You know, I would do it in an empty room with nobody. You know,
and jump around
like
you were on stage.
Yeah, and you have to loosen up. You know, you have to just relax. You have to let go.
I'm very tense. Yeah, very tense.
You're thinking about it because you want to wonder if it's looking right or if it's. You know, sometimes you have to let go. You know, and just
like, okay, what's your ritual before you perform? Do you drink? Do you smoke? Do you go take a shit? Like, what do you do?
I used to be so scared to do anything that would upset the show. I would be before the show praying and I would be meditating. You know, now I kind of might take a little drink or two because I seen my friends doing it and they were cool, and you know, it was not a big deal. But for me, I'm not a drinker or, you know, somebody who needs to kill butterflies.
Yeah.
You know, for me, when it's showtime, I'm not scared because I know what I'm gonna do. I'm well prepared and I enjoy it.
Wait, so what were you scared of?
I mean,
you weren't scared to perform, but you were scared you might mess up. Something might mess up in the show.
You know, you always don't want things to mess up, so you're on stage trying to get it right. So, you know, once you practice and you focus and everything is good, I think you get a sort of comfort, a comfort zone, you know?
I gotta figure this out.
Practice makes perfect. You got to do more. Just do more. Perform for small crowds. The hardest thing is a small crowd.
Right.
A big crowd, it's easy.
Yeah.
Try some small crowds.
You had like a wedding anniversary. There's 50 people there.
Smaller. You know, like those voice clubs, those speak-easy clubs.
Right,
you go up in there and you just try to perform for a few people. But that was something hard for me too. I just had to make it real. Once you just make it real, it's gonna be all good.
Man, so what do you do now? Like, how many shows do you do, like, in a month?
You know, right now we're here this weekend, Memorial Weekend, to do 3 shows, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, on a yacht, on the Hudson River with SOB's Upscale Entertainment. It's all about the float boat ride.
3 different shows.
Boat, 3 different shows. You know, you know, people always ask. We sold out Madison Square Garden, the same show twice in one night.
Yeah.
And then we did the float boat ride twice, 2 nights last year, Friday and Saturday. Now we added Sunday. So I'm here doing that. After I leave here, I head to Amsterdam, head to Germany, back to New York.
When you go to Europe, what are the crowds like? They're not Caribbean people, right? Or some.
Well, I mean, Europe is more open to soca music and to Caribbean music.
Why? I wonder why that is. I was always trying to figure it out.
They're more open to culture. They're more open to learning about other people.
I know, but America's supposed to, like, we're supposed to be the land of different cultures, and it's like...
Well, I mean, everybody came here to learn this dream. You know, so there's a mentality of America to be very proud of itself and very proud of its dream.
Yeah.
So, you know, sometimes, you know, you want to defend that, you know, and I think the Europeans really want to learn more about other cultures. You look at the Japanese people.
Yeah.
When you see Japanese people, they all over the world, they in Jamaica learning to bogle.
When they find something they like, they go all in. Like,
they learn it, they take it back to Japan.
I know some Japanese people that the only English that they know is patois. Like, they don't even know how to speak
proper English.
They just speak patois. Yeah. And, like, they don't speak English, but I could communicate with them through, like, Jamaican. Like, it's crazy.
And it's some of the biggest Rastafarians. You know, some of the, you know, these Japanese, they understand culture. A lot of people go out there to try to learn other cultures.
So you go to, how's the shows when you go to Europe?
It's huge. I mean, we do, you know, we do Belgium, 40,000 people. You know, we do Germany. Sometimes we do small shows in clubs. You know, sometimes we do huge outdoor events. It depends on what.
Are there any? Do you meet any Trinis when you
go? Anywhere we go in the world, you're gonna see a Trini flag stick up. In Ultra Music Festival, anywhere we go. You know, I went to South Africa and I was in the line and somebody said, "Machel." You know, I turned around like, I swear it was a ghost. I was like, this is too far. 17, 18 hours flying is too far.
Crazy.
You know, but I mean, it's crazy. You never know where these people are, you know, from the countries. Trinis are all over. They always come in a group. And that's a good thing about my fans. You know, if Machel is coming to your city, they come out because, you know.
What's going on in Trinidad and Tobago where the women are just
the best?
I mean, the most gorgeous women. Like, what are y'all doing? Do y'all kill ugly babies?
Do we put them in our basket and send them down the river?
Yo, here, get out of here. Go to South America, get out of here.
Yo, watch me. Happiness is the key to success, yo. We are happy people. We have carnival. We have soca music. So, happiness bring about good results. I mean, the Douglarization is the word.
Yeah.
And that means...
the half Indian, half black.
Half black, half Indian, Indian. And then that half black, half Indian meet a half Chinese, half Syrian. And then that half Syrian, Chinese, Indian, Douglas meet a black. And that's how we do it. And it's all good. It's very democratic.
So is there, because I think I always compare Jamaica and Trinidad. Jamaica is just like... angry, screw face. But I like doing the history.
Yeah.
So I know that the slave trade in the Caribbean had different slaves on different islands.
Types of slaves.
And if there was slaves that you just could not control and they always try to escape, they sent them to Jamaica. Jamaica was like the camp for getting your slaves in order.
I've heard Jamaica, I've heard Haiti, and Grenada.
Right. And it's they angry, and then you could tell where it comes from.
I think, Jamaicans are misunderstood. I don't think they're angry. I just think they're hype. Because some of them say, hey, what on, man? Hey, Machel, let's bound together. Yo, Machel,
okay.
But then, when you really get down into it, it's all about being strong.
There's some Jamaicans where literally they just...
screw face.
Yeah. I'm like, are you saying words right now? But then Trinity's like, yo, what's up?
Jolly, happy, good.
So what's the hood like in Trinidad?
I mean, the hood is still dangerous. You still have the gully and the guys.
But do they rob you in a nice way?
Crime.
Where's the money, boy?
Crime comes with development. Crime comes with development. They're not gonna come happy. No, they're not gonna come happy. Crime comes with development, and Trinidad is developing rapidly. We got oil. We got a music industry. Carnival is a growing industry.
Yeah.
I just started my own mass band in Hollywood Carnival for 2014. For the first time, I'm playing mass, but I'm actually bringing a section with people in costumes in a band. Trying to get some celebrities up in there. Been speaking to people like Damian Wayans, who've been coming to the Carnival launch. He came to Trinidad twice.
Right.
People loving it. Some people starting to love the music, love the Carnival, love what we're about.
It's a great vibe. All right, so look, thanks for coming through. We're gonna go. Oh, what are you working on next? Music-wise?
Right now, I just got signed to Universal France, so I'm doing a Soca French album. And when I say Soca French, with some features of French artists,
wow.
We're about to put that Song Bang single out with Major Lazer, Machel. Probably going to put Shaggy on it. Just flew in from LA, so we're going to do this weekend, flying back to LA Carnival in June 21st, Hollywood Carnival. Come out and play with Epic Mass.
And there's a carnival in LA?
Right now, 3 years old Hollywood Carnival. 3 years old.
Yeah, finding West Indians and Caribbean people in LA is
tough.
It's hard. Everything's there's a lot of Belizeans.
Well, the Belize crew is huge.
They out there, but I don't know where they at.
I just performed for them at Club Savoy on Sunday night. It was crazy.
Where are they though?
We come out for UCLA. We open for Beanie Man one year at UCLA. We open for Erykah Badu one year at UCLA. Oh, wow. And I mean the Caribbean response is great. Trust me, they're there, but you just need to.
Is there like a Belizean? What's the section where most of them live? Is there
I think the Inglewoods and the Pasadena.
Oh, so a little out more.
Yeah, just outside of LA. You know what I'm saying?
Any Jamaicans or Trini out there?
A lot.
A lot?
Yo, trust me.
Where are they?
Just underground. Right now, they're about to raise up. Once you see the soca music start coming and start doing the right thing, we about to do, this year, come to Hollywood. I'm inviting you.
Wait, when is it?
June 21st.
What is
come and play Mass. Epic Mass Band.
Was that around BET Awards? That's the week after, I think.
That's right. So that's a good time.
Yeah, it would be a great
Chill for the week. Go to Disney World. Come play Mass. That's what we do.
All right, good. We're going to LA. How do people find you?
Yo, at Machel Montano, MachelMontano, and at Machel Montano HD on Twitter.
Just realize something.
Yeah.
You got Universal France, doing an album with some French artists. Why don't you call it French Montano?
That sounds like a coffee. Hey, ha!